Behind a remarkable 40-point and 13-assist game, the Denver Nuggets take care of business at home, crushing the Minnesota Timberwolves. In today's video, we're going to be recapping this game and just giving my opinions quarter by quarter. This is a new style of recap where we're going to break it down by the quarters. If you enjoy this version of the recaps, please let me know in the comments, as again, this is my first take at this. Also, if you're new here, please be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button, as we are around 30 subscribers away from our goal 2,500. We're posting nearly daily for this NBA playoffs, and we're going to continue that through the offseason. Without further ado, let's get right into this first quarter. The Denver Nuggets decided tonight that they are going to double on the catch. Very early into the first quarter, we noticed this. Nikola Alexander, he made them pay early. He had two first quarter three-pointers, and Aaron Gordon and Justin Holiday both got into first quarter foul trouble in this one with a pair of fouls each. Karl-Anthony Towns looked to have what seemed to be a pretty serious injury to me, and I thought the Denver Nuggets did a really good job of adjusting their early mistakes. They took a very long time to get into their sets. I want to say the first 7 or 10 possessions for Denver, they were just lackadaisical, and that's where Nikola Jokić steps up, being the 3-time MVP that he is tonight. He just got his trophy for that, so shout out Jokić and the Nuggets. He just steps up in those moments vocally, and he walks the walk and he talks the talk. He goes and knocks down 3 baskets in a row after that a couple mistakes early, and one of those baskets was an and one on Naz Reid. I just think Jokic's talent, beyond being a physically gifted NBA player, it's just remarkable. The way he reads the court, and not only the court but the people on it, it just speaks volumes about him as a person and a player, but most importantly a leader. I applaud Cat for making a return so early after his injury. We could see him wincing pretty bad visibly towards the sideline when he was going for a rebound, and you hate to see it if you're a Minnesota fan, especially on a night where Ant is struggling in the first half, and also a night where Mike Conley is ruled out in this one, and this was due to an Achilles injury that he suffered on one of the last plays in that game 4. Although I briefly mentioned this earlier, Nickeil Alexander-Walker did a very solid job filling his shoes in that starting lineup. He finished with 14 points and 5 assists in this one, along with 2 blocks and a steal. In the second quarter, the energy was very interesting for Minnesota to start. The first play of the second quarter was an and-one dunk for Rudy Gobert. Unfortunately, he missed that free throw. Side note, it's interesting that Rudy Gobert in this game will have an 18-point performance where he doesn't miss a single shot, and he grabs 11 rebounds, gets 3 assists, gets 2 blocks, gets 2 steals. Literally a perfect game, but it's so overshadowed by the fact that Rudy Gobert looked like barbecue chicken all night long on Nikola Jokić, and that's not a testament to how quote-unquote fraudulent this 4-time Defensive Player of the Year might be. It's just a testament to how great Nikola Jokić is. On the Wolves side of things in the second quarter, I'd love to give credit to Anthony Edwards. He did a brilliant job hunting Jamal Murray, and I mean hunting when I say that. I'm not saying that lightly. He goes over every single screen and just pierces through anything in its path that is not Jamal Murray. Mike Malone was given a technical foul just a few seconds into the second quarter because he was yelling at the referee, who was hesitant to call what Mike believed to be an offensive foul on Rudy Gobert. You have to appreciate the energy that Mike brings to every single game as a Denver fan or just an avid viewer of basketball. Mike is truly such a championship caliber coach, and not just from the X's and O's standpoints, but what he brings to the player-coach relationship. A big turning point in that second quarter was Naz Reid's offensive foul and on Aaron Gordon, and this was just due to the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns was not able to rest due to Naz picking up that 3rd foul so early, and with that knee injury, you'd like Cat to get a little more time on the bench. This was Naz Reid's 3rd foul instead of Aaron Gordon's 3rd foul, and something like that, for those who don't watch the game, can be absolutely catastrophic from a head coaching standpoint, especially when you have an interim guy kind of half and half filling in while Finchie is healing that tibia. Denver was coming out in a block party after a crippled Cat, and an overall undersized Minnesota lineup was trying to get stuff done as Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert shared minutes on the bench. Even Christian Brown blocked Anthony Edwards. You got to give a lot of credit due to Denver. They took 3 charges in that second quarter. That's just championship level playing, coaching, demeanor, determination, determination, whatever you want to call it. I mean, 3 charges in a row is diabolical work, and 2 of them were taken by Aaron Gordon. That's just remarkable resilience from Denver. I would double back to that saying, though, I do like the way Minnesota was trying to just be physical. Without their floor general, Mike Conley, in this one, you have to create offense through energy. Second quarter was just a really shaky start for Denver. Seeing the effects of Nikola Jokić sitting 4.5 minutes to start that second quarter. In those minutes, Denver was 1 for 7 from the field with 2 turnovers. Although their defense looked pretty great as they held Minnesota scoreless for 3.5 minutes. Got to give some love to Monte Morris on the Timberwolves. Made me very happy to see him come into this game and instantly get to his spots like a veteran should. I've always liked him, and I think he was a great pickup for in-season development for the younger guards. Obviously, Ant's only 22, and you're never too old or young to learn anything from anyone. I hope that's some advice you guys take into your real life. I just want this on the record that Christian Braun is the type of guy I would want my franchise I would want him to keep him forever, like a Udonis Haslem type of length. The energy that he brings to this game, I mean, in a little less than 5 minutes in the second quarter, he hits an and one and just gets fired up. The next possession, he hits a dunk. You can't pay for that type of defensive mentality and offensive energy, especially at home in a very pivotal swing game. This is also a random tidbit, but I'd like to say Jamal Crawford has slowly become one of my favorite announcers to listen to on the call. His appreciation for the dynamic thought process that is being a successful and delicate scorer. I really do enjoy listening to him talk about the game. In the third quarter, it starts with Minnesota attacking the basket desperately. I do like the ideology or the theme of Anthony Edwards trying to get to that free throw line early in the second half, as he shot 1 for 8 in the first half. And I don't know about you guys, but it's very obvious to see that it only takes 1 free throw to go in for the best offensive superstars to just find their rhythm. I will say I like Nikola Jokić clearly clapping out of frustration and kind of yelling and telling at the team, saying, hey, we got to get our stuff together because this team is no joke. The Minnesota Timberwolves are serious. They may only be the 3 seed. We may be the favorites in the series, but they can give up on any given night and look like the 1 seed. If we're going to come out here and be lazy, we're going to give up stupid possessions. We're not going to get back on defense. But Jokić is just sitting there saying, yo, I'm not going to go without saying it. I am the leader of this team. I'm going to hold you guys accountable. I'm going to say it to your face, whether you get pissed off or don't like me, you have to respect that as a leader. And since then, they went on, I believe it was a 21-11 run and dominated that third quarter, outscoring them 38-30. And then in the next quarter, they outscored them again. I noticed this a couple times in the third quarter. I just feel like it doesn't get talked enough with Nikola Jokić, is how in shape he is. Yes, that's one part of this, but just how elegant he is with misdirection without the basketball in his hand. I can't tell you how many Nuggets games I've watched where Nikola Jokić will have these give-and-go opportunities, and the opposing big men, they just fall asleep because they don't even think he's going to move that swiftly, or he'll go to set a screen and then slip to the basket like a rim runner before the screen even hits. It's you got to give him credit. It's free points. It's give me points. It's very refreshing to see a big man in shape. And just, despite all the things that considered, it was a decent third quarter for Minnesota. There was just zero answer. You can look anywhere on the globe for Nikola Jokic's guard, and you will literally never find it. There's a reason this man is a 3-time MVP. And then in the fourth quarter, just a lot of beginner mistakes for the starting squad in the Minnesota Timberwolves, really highlighting the difference between championship closing and the difference between non-championship closing. And that's not a jab at Minnesota. I think they've held their own very well in the spar. They haven't put their gloves down just yet. I just think, considering what we're looking at, like a very concrete evidence of this is like we look at Nickeil Alexander rotating back to Christian Braun, who's terrified to shoot 3-pointers, instead of saying on KCP, who's had 3 threes, and one of those was just literally like 4 possessions ago. You can't let those guys get in rhythm, but then you go to, cover on Christian Braun, and then you leave KCP in the corner wide open, one of the highest percentage shots in basketball, and he knocks down his 4-3. All in all, Denver has just continued to suck the life out of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I really do feel like the series is wrapped up, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below if you made it this far. Appreciate your support as always. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.